of what we just saw you doing there. Okay, so setup wise, from as I said, it's always been very, very good. You can see that from day one when you played, you had a good start position. Okay, so taking the golf club away. Okay, that move to me there now, lovely. Left, for me, there's a nice straight line basically between your right ear, your left arm, your hands on the club, all gone back, sort of connected. Whereas last lesson we had the club kind of stuck out, or your arms, as I was up there, and the club was back here. So that's definitely now become less of a problem. In fact, it's a very good position there now. Now what happens when you go back here, you swing back to kind of here, which is actually okay. Then what happens, because you can't sort of stay in that position, the club now kind of comes back. Then you have a look and see where the club is. You're sort of trying to, then you look to see where then you look at the club and go, oh, that club's way short of horizontal. Because you can't keep that club, because the backswing in some ways is a stretch. If you try to touch your toes, whether you can or can't, if you bounced, you would go further. But if you try to hold that bounce position, you wouldn't stay there. So what happens is you've gone back all the way to there in a very, very good position. I mean, that left arm is arguably a little high, but I don't mind that because it means you've gone in and up a bit more, which is good for you. Club's in a good square position. The club face now is kind of in line with your left arm, so the club is square now. All the things there are very, very good. But then as you sort of stop and have a quick look, you go, oh, that's well short back. And that's the perception then you get when you do your backs. You go, well, hang on, it's not gone back far enough. As we saw, when you hit the golf ball now, if we sort of come through, you've got the golf ball, come back to position, check the takeaway again as you come back, okay? As the club goes back, same a little bit, but certainly a lot less than you were. If we compared that position to the practice swing, all I would say is a bit more daylight between your left arm. But as a general position there, I would say that is an awful lot better than where you were last time. So as you said, progress has been made. Your club now is in a much better position. And again, top of the backswing.
That looks laid off.
No, not really. Again, it's just slightly short of horizontal. Okay? And the thing is, if I bring the golf club back down to here now, okay, at that position, if you just saw that there, you go, yeah, that club's laid off. But your left arm's not complete the backswing. As you turn a little bit more, the club now you can see is working round you. So, and again, if I said to you, if the club is a little bit laid off, what would that cause?
Should cause a slice, isn't it? Laid off is open.
Not necessarily, no. Laid off could be shut, could be flat. Laid off could cause the club to come on the inside, could cause a hook.
It's not in the right position.
What's the right position?
Yeah. Well,
for me, the right position and the important position is what the club is doing down there.
I agree.
And I think so many people worry about what's up here. And if they look at, for me, if I look at that position there, again, from a coach's point of view, we always look at the positives, okay, just to try and instill some confidence, okay, because left arm across your shoulder, that's actually a better backswing position than your practice swing, which is actually good, okay. It just shows by getting your left arm a little bit higher now in your practice, so as you go up here now, when you went up there, that left arm's a bit higher, okay. It looks like now when you do the real swing, okay, your left arm now is higher than what it used to be, but because your practice swing is encouraging it to go up, it's getting in a better position, okay. So that, for me, if we look at that there, a good shoulder turn, maintained flex in the right knee, hip is turning back nicely, shoulders have turned 90 degrees, left arm across your shoulders, club and left arm are nicely in line, left wrist nice and flat, right elbow below your right elbow below your right shoulder. There's so many good things there. And yet when we look at that there, you as an individual go, oh, is that a bit laid off? And then if I said to you, okay, let's not get laid off, if we can't see or feel the club there anyway, if I said to you now, I want that club to go less in that direction and more in there, what would you try and do? How would you try to stop that?
Turn a bit more.
Can you turn any more? I mean, you're turning 90 degrees anyway, we saw that, so I would say your turn is certainly creating a long enough backswing. But that's the thing sometimes. People look at
the elbow a bit closer.
I think if your elbow goes down there, the club will get further over there. So a lot of so you can see now, this is not me trying to criticise golfers. I mean, you know what a perfect golf swing would look like. And I think in some ways that can often be a little bit of your downfall, because you know what perfect looks like, and you're almost trying to replicate perfect. For me, what we're trying to do is get this club back to the golf ball. If I said, okay, let's look at this sort of downswing position there now, that club's going from a very good, let's look at that there. Because this is where the golf ball's giving the information of what you've done. So let's just look at all those things there. Shoulders are nicely towards target. Hips have cleared a lot more on your shoulders. Right foot starting to roll off the ankle. Knees coming into the left knee. Lovely strike of the golf ball. Okay? Good rotation through onto the left side. right foot up on its toe, right hip, right. There's so many good things there when you come back in the gut. And that last goal shot there that we just saw, that's gone 90 yards carry, dead straight. It was 0.4 yards offline, and you've gone back to and gone, it's a bit laid off. And it's okay, if I'm being honest, I'll agree with you, it's a fraction. But that, to me, if I look at someone like that, being laid off for you, I would say is more of a characteristic. Because what you will do, if you get the club going more this way, you will generally therefore come back down more this way, okay? However, if we look at your downswing, as you come into here, your club is nicely there behind your hands. If you get more across the line, as you were saying you want to, that club's going to be more here. You've missed the ball nearly. So I think you've got to be careful of changing things that actually are possibly... Again, I'm not suggesting you swing anywhere near the likes of, say, Furyk or Matt Kuchar or Bubba Watson. You've got very unique swings. But if they try to swing like, shall we say, a McIlroy or a Jason Day, they'd miss the ball. Okay? So you've got to look at what is the individual doing. If you were laid off, as you are there, generally speaking, your path would be a little bit more this way. But as you see when the clubs come down there, there's nothing from there that indicates your club is coming from outside the line. So nothing you're doing there is indicated. Oh, it's massive, Maggie. Really got to say. And that for me is what we're going to look at is the actual improvement in that. That is a million times better, honestly. And the good thing is, and I'll be honest, when people say I've done some practice, Gareth, I've made some changes. 9 times out of 10, they haven't done anything at all. And the swing's exactly the same. You definitely have, and you can see. I can say, right, there's a good tick in that. 100%, 10 out of 10, A star to Maggie, whatever. Your backswing now is in a position. So when you're basically gone beyond kind of here, there's no thought now. The wrist hinge, you turn your shoulders, and you just let it go. You're not thinking about, okay, have I got to change this or change that? And I think worrying about me, say, across the line. Or laid off, shall I say. Okay, if you're laid off, how would you? In actual fact, to stop a club getting laid off here, you'd raise your right shoulder potentially, or you might change your wrist angle. Well, for you to do that, you'd probably miss the ball. So I've got to say, Maggie, a lot of good things there. Ticks a lot of boxes. Again, the shots are evidence of that. The ones you get where you get, I think it was the second or third, it was a little bit hooky, was when you went back a little bit to your old habits. Just a little bit. Okay, but most of the time, when you do it right, that's the shot you're going to get. That shot there had minimal side spin, 80 revolutions a minute. That was basically 1 spin a second, which is like that. That's how fast your ball. I mean, some of the bad ones are up to thousands and 2,000, 3,000. So straight shot, good carry, good distance. There's a lot of good there. So don't worry about that club being 4 degrees laid off. Okay, right, a couple more then we'll look at some of the chipping.